guys, I know doing 3 videos in one day is kind of a stretch for me since I usually go months on end without updates because I'm slack like that. And again, I do apologize. I am trying to do some more videos to keep up with it, especially with the new year. That's one of my resolutions, I promise. But yeah, I did switch over to my N7 jacket, which N7 is from Mass Effect. It's a series that's on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and it is by far one of my favorite video game series. I won't talk about the ending to 3, we'll just keep that one quiet. But yeah, I know there's been a lot of recent gun violence, and it seems to be that everybody wants to turn around and put the blame on video games. It 9 times out of 10, everybody, the first thing that the news reports want to point the finger on is video game violence. And my big concern is the fact that with the new laws that they're trying to push with guns, that they may also start trying to attack the video game industry as well. Not to say that that will happen, but the way it's been going, it seems like it might just be a matter of time. Um, Now, I don't know if any parents are going to watch this video. Um, I understand that video games has been a new thing to a lot of the older generation that don't quite understand video games. I can understand that in the 80s, late 80s and early 90s when video games first started. And then, once you worked into the 90s, they started implementing more mature rated games. Um, Grand Theft Auto is one that's always getting attacked. And after the Sandy Hook incident, many people were attacking Mass Effect. I followed the Mass Effect forums on Facebook, and they were getting flamed terribly. People saying, I hope you're happy you have blood on your hands now, and incredibly unmerited attacks on that just because it's a video game that involves guns. Um, just to set the record straight, I've been a video gamer all my life. I have been playing video games since I was old enough to hold a controller. I was playing back on Atari, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I've played every generation console ever since, and I play every genre game. I've played fighting games. I've played very violent fighting games. I've played very violent first-person shooters. And I can honestly tell you that I'm probably one of the most calmest people that I know. Do I have frustration bouts? Yes, everybody does. But I don't go out and shoot people. I am, trained to use guns. I've been trained to use guns for years. The difference is between what I feel has been a problem a lot in this country is, and I don't want to place the blame entirely on the parents, but it does come down to a lot of parental responsibility. Video games have ratings, whether parents do realize that or not. And maybe this video will reach it out to some of the parents that video games do have ratings. Just because it's a game doesn't mean that it's suitable for every age range. Did I play games outside of my age range when I was younger? Occasionally, yes. I shouldn't have been playing Mortal Kombat at the age I was, but my parents taught me this is a video game. It's not reality. I knew the difference. I understood what was real, and I understood what wasn't. But it seems that you do have a lot of children these days that either don't comprehend the difference, or it also seems to tie hand in hand with a lot of mentally disabled children, which is sad to say. I used to help out with a lot of special needs children, so I can understand a lot where their mentality comes from. But being a previous GameStop employee, it did frustrate me to no end when I would have parents come in and they would they would buy video games for their kids that were far out of their age range. I would not buy Grand Theft Auto 3 for my 10-year-old. And you would not believe how many times that happened. And I wouldn't just let the parent, I couldn't tell the parents, no, you can't buy this game for your child. But I would let them know, this game's rated mature for drug use, gun violence, sex, prostitution, the whole 9 yards. And usually 9 times out of 10, their answer was, oh, He's got the first two. And that drove me mad. But again, that's out of our hands. We can't make we can't make parents understand what they're buying their kids, and some of them don't care because they simply use video games as a babysitter for their children, as opposed to spending actual quality time with their kids, which is another downfall in our society these days, is that people are having children without properly paying attention to them and giving them the unconditional love that they should be getting. They're just having children just to have kids and throw them to the wolves basically these days. So again, I may get some angry remarks about this, but I really don't feel that the problem in today's society with everything that's been going on leads down to video games and video game violence. It's people need to understand the difference between reality and fantasy. There's movies out there that are a million times worse than many of these video games, and those are more easily accessible than a lot of these video games. So parents, just a heads up, when you take your kid to the video game store, you take them to GameStop, you take them to wherever, Toys R Us, to buy those games, check. There's a rating system on there. It'll let you know if it's E for everyone, T for teens, M for mature. You even have MA plus, which is a very rare one, but it's there. You can flip the case over and it'll tell you exactly what the game is rated. If it's rated mature for violence, blood, drug use, prostitution, it'll tell you on the back of the box. Everything is there. So please just be aware of what you're getting your kids and what you're giving them, and spend that time with them. It's the video games aren't a babysitter for your kids. Be there for them. Be a parent. That's what you're there for. Otherwise, you shouldn't be having kids. But that's it on my topic. I know this is a long video and it was a bit of a rant, but I just had to get that off my chest because I saw it pop up in the news again today about a shooting where a young boy was obsessed with video games. And again, don't blame the video games. But that's that. So, hopefully this didn't piss off any of my followers, and if you guys got some opinion, I'm open to friendly debate. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So if you'd love to discuss this, just, write me a comment in the line below, or in the box comment section below, and we can have a discussion about it. I won't get pissed off or anything. I'm a pretty laid back person. So, as usual,